The needle mover just showed up and called it shot again. I got power in my DNA, I'm the perfect vessel. Gave me my flowers, I carry these like a service medal. I'm a certain special on this hill, there's a steep incline. All the elder chiefs, they keep their feet behind me in line. The needle mover just showed up and called it shot again. Straight up.
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back in here with Hawaii's #1 podcast. Even though people try to dispute it, it's the fact we're the #1 podcast in Hawaii. I'm your host, Mikhail Casanova, and I'm joined today with my brother, the one and only, the phenomenal, the sensational, the man y'all need to be listening to and following, Avidan Smith. Avidan, how you doing, man?
Doing fantastic, man. Been a good year so far, man. How you been, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just happy to be alive. That's all I gotta say, man. That was stressful going through that.
Bro, I'm just glad you're here. Because like pneumonia is no joke. So I'm glad you still on this side of life, man.
Yeah, man. I just realized I forgot to add. Okay, so this is behind the scenes, but hey, we doing it anyway. So I forgot to add the RMTP and stream key for Kick. I thought I did it on the settings, but apparently I had to do it on it's whatever. You know what? I'll find a way to get it up on Kick. So it is what it is. But this is what we're gonna be talking about today, people. We about to talk about a lot of stuff. We about to dive deep because Avidan and I, we have these conversations frequently about business, self-development, content creating, and things we've learned over the course of what, 6-7 years.
Yeah, we know each other for about 5 in this,
right? And it's like just seeing how the landscape has changed, how the perspective and the idea of what we had of what content creating is, how it's changed, and we just gonna dive into it, man. But before we do that, we usually do this. Well, we do this every year, but for those who are new, who may not be familiar, go ahead, man. Floor is yours. Let me do this. This is your show right now.
You see, that's a hard question to ask now because it's like I feel like I'm reintroducing myself every time you put me on the spot because it's like first context was gaming YouTuber, then it's like I'm doing music, then I'm doing podcasts. And it's like to some, it's like, yo, Avidan, we're gonna make up your mind and what you want to do. And I actually finally made up my mind. It's like I'm stepping more into brand coaching, and I'm studying not just content creators, but just businesses all around. And it's like no matter what the business is, I see businesses as content creators themselves. Why? Because WWE, what do they have? They have a YouTube channel. They're operating like content creators now. What else? You have almost every major station that has content. Comedy Central stuff probably has content creation on there. So it's like I've been just studying content for so many years, and I didn't realize it, but I've been doing brand coaching since I want to say 2010, maybe since 2009, 2010, because I've been doing this with rappers since I've been doing music. So this is something that hasn't been new to me. So if you want to know, Avidan Smith is a brand coach who has a huge love for content creation.
All right. Here we go. But yeah, it's always interesting. Like every time we do this, I'm like, yo, all right, introduce yourself. You're like, bro, right. But yeah, man, like let's go ahead and talk about this content creating thing, because a lot of people really, they look at it, and I know we can really definitely speak to this, but a lot of people look at the content creating thing, they look from the outside and they're thinking it's all like, all getting free stuff and it's all fun and games and there's no stress behind it, there's no real work. You got a lot of folks thinking there's no work behind this. And the thing is, that's not true. There's a lot of work on the back end that those y'all, even for those who are watching right now, you might not see, you might not know about. But there's a lot of work that goes into this. It's can be very stressful. It can be very time consuming. If you got a family, even worse, because you gotta. People say you gotta balance. I'm over here like, what's
excuse
that?
me? Like how do you balance having 7 heads on top of each other, having 7 hats? It's like you got to juggle and act like, oh, gotta balance this hat, this hat, this hat, this hat. Like, no, it's not a balance. I need to retire things.
But no, and it's a lot of work that goes into it, and a lot of people want to write it off, but it's not something easy to write off. But on the flip side, something you and I have come to look at and realize is that just because we do this solo, a lot of creators have teams. They got video editors, they got audio engineers, they got the social media person. A lot of folks just get to show up, sit down, get in front of the camera, someone else hits record and do it. But for you and I, we're doing this on our own. And there's a sense, because we were talking about this, there's a sense of pride that we had that, we're doing all this, and this. But at the same time, it's like, why are we working this damn hard?
I would just to add to that, I had like you're right. It's like I had to look back and do some self-evaluation. It's like, did I pride myself because I was doing it all by myself? I would take it further. Did I have trust issues because I didn't want to allow somebody to do the video editing for me? And it's like, nah. I have to do the video editing because I want, it won't look like me. It won't seem like me. I feel like I'm cheating if I get a video editor. Now I'm not doing this content creation real fast. I got to get a video editor. Or if you feel like it is like we have been deceived into this mindset thinking if it's too easy, that it's not real, it's not genuine. And I'm thinking like, are we addicted to difficulty? Are we addicted to things being like hard? Pause. Are we addicted to for the culture, man? For the culture. Are we addicted to things being difficult? And I'm like, I fit in that category because I could go through it. It's like I know how to do a whole bunch of things, but I'm one person. One person trying to take on several jobs led to so many burnouts. So I want to know why I burnt out on so many ideas, because I'm a person who doesn't like half doing it. So imagine you're trying to put 200% into 7 different positions at the same time. You put yourself in a state where it's like, I don't want to do this no more. And that's another reason why, if you look at this from a business standpoint, if you was to look at content creation from a business standpoint, it's not feasible to start by yourself. I will say start with a team if you can. It's like we have this thing of YouTuber and everything, and it's like, hey, just set up your camera, record your videos, and hope the algorithm puts you out there. And join the what? Billions, because there's over 2 billion people using YouTube now. Join the billions doing the same thing. Only 10, I think it's only 10%. 10% of all YouTubers get a silver play button. Maybe 1% get the gold play button. Do you see how it's like you are in the rarity just having over 10K subscribers? Just being over 10K puts you in the top as echelon of YouTubers. So it's like, you have to think, it's like, if I'm going to do all this, what's the longevity of this? And I think that's the one thing that God blessed me with to have is have the gift of foresight. I saw early that I don't want to be making video game content for the next 10 years. I saw that I don't want to make music content for the next 10 years. Why? Because there was no there was no real passion. I was just doing this because I like doing it, but I couldn't see it as a business. And I'm circling. I promise you, I'm bringing this to a point.
Bro, you take your time on this, man. We ain't rushing.
Nah, I didn't want to ramble on y'all, but the point that I'm bringing to y'all is, in order for you to look at this as a business, then you need to treat it like a business. You need to have a mission statement. What is the mission of your channel that not only you could get behind, but your subscribers, excuse me, let me take this a step deeper. Your audience could get behind, and if you're doing this smart, your employees can get behind. What is a message what is a mission that you all can agree cohesively on? Because when that mission is agreed upon, the channel thrives. You want a channel that thrives on this mission very well? Lo-Fi Girl. Look up the Lo-Fi Girl channel consistently. Anyone looking right now, type in Lo-Fi Girl on your search bar on YouTube. What do you have? 24/7 lo-fi music playing. Their mission is to play relaxing study beats throughout the day, 24/7. And that mission is fulfilled. That vision is fulfilled when they make new videos to go along with the 24/7 videos. The visual aesthetics is made by the company, and then that is still received by the audience. That's why they have the tens of millions of subscribers and audiences willing to pay them a lot of money.
Yep. Aaron Shack, shout out to him, says Lo-Fi Girl has lore now.
And she does. She does. There's lore. They created lore now to one thing you just saw. Girl is writing. There was nothing to her. Now there's lore to her now. So it's like, but you see, that's the development of the business line. Because here's the thing. Now I'm gonna blow your mind for a second. What's the difference between that and a sales funnel? Just took you down and brought you down. And now, Lo-Fi Girl, wow, she has lore. And you just keep going down the rabbit hole further and further.
Facts, man. Big facts. No, because I know, we've had this conversation a lot, and I've been talking about it too, like with gaming content. Like, I've been shifting it away from it just because, like, I still do it. It's still my bread and butter for a lot of things, but I'm starting to realize that it's just not what I want to do fully long term. I want to be able to do, like, they always tell you niche down, niche down, niche down, niche down. But the thing is, as humans, we're not just in a niche. We're variety. And it's like before, you would get punished as a creator if you were doing variety content. And it's like, you got to niche down here. You got to make a channel for this. You got to make this for that. I don't want to niche down. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And I understand you got other creators that are able to do that. And they've been doing this for so long that they have that luxury that their audience is just going to rock with them no matter what. But the thing is, I would rather take the gamble of not growing as fast because I'm talking about stuff I care about instead of being locked into, a quadrant doing something I don't really want to have a passion in. Like, I look at all this stuff like with gaming, bro, we had a long conversation yesterday about that. The way games are coming out, there's so many rapidly coming out. We just don't have time to really devote to them. And then games now, compared to when we were growing up, I just feel like they're not as creative, not as fun, with a few exceptions of ones like, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, completely redoing what we thought of open world sandboxes, just letting us interact and do whatever we want to do with it.
I love Tears of the Kingdom.
Like just completely innovative, or how, like, I would say that, and I can't wait for you to try it, but Final Fantasy 16 completely changed the way I would view a cinematic style story. Like, so many people are like, oh, it's just a Devil May Cry ripoff. Bro, this is peak Devil May Cry. And you got Game of Thrones, and you got this that just keep, like, the writing so good it hooks you into the characters. I can't tell you the last time I played Final Fantasy where I actually cared about the characters. And not since when we were kids and teenagers. Like, Final Fantasy 15, yeah, it was okay, but I didn't really
in that game.
like, bro, like I didn't connect with the characters like I did with Cloud and Barrett and Aerith and Tifa, or with Squall or with Zidane or like Titus. I haven't cared about a Final Fantasy character, and I'm not including Final Fantasy 14, just because I know a lot of people have a stigma about that, but I haven't cared about a Final Fantasy cast in almost 2 decades. And like having that experience with Final Fantasy 16, having the experience I had with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, it's like, why is it we got all these games coming out, but they can't match that? Why are they not matching that? And it's just because you got corporate telling them you got to make this better make money. It's got to make money versus go out here and make an original experience. The industry changed. And so, covering all these games, getting review codes and all that, I just got to a point, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I just don't care about this as much. Same thing with tech. I'm like, a lot of this stuff is not innovating. It's just iterative. And I realized that I want to talk about other stuff. Like I was saying to you, I want to take my lapel mic. I want to go around Hawaii, prop up. Here's the tripod. Let me put the phone on. Let me put the lapel on. Let's talk. I want to do that. I don't want to be stuck in the niche. Sorry, I went on a rant. I've been doing that.
Nah, you good. You're good. So here's the thing. Because you're right, the industry has changed when it comes to games. Like you're not going to get games like Final Fantasy 16, which I have yet to play, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. You're not going to get a lot of games like Tears of the Kingdom. 2023 was an amazing year to bring back gaming in a way that we haven't seen in a long time. I want to partly kind of reference the pandemic and everything, probably played a big role in that. We kind of were in the dark ages for about like 3 years. There was a big, like, low minimum staff working on games, and they still had deadlines. I understand that. But like you said, it's like there's so many games. We have reached a point of video games. We have to understand it's like our generation growing up, we were the generation of experiencing video games where it hit at its peak. A lot of us, we started playing video games at Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Then we experienced the PlayStation, the birth of PlayStation, down to N64, down to Dreamcast, down to PS2. You have Xbox, PS3, Wii, all that. We experienced all of that in the span of 30 plus years. But here's the thing. We're reaching a place where people are trying to give you have a imbalance, right? You have an imbalance where people are looking at mainly graphics, and then hold on for a second. You have a place where people are basically focusing mainly on graphics, and then you have a place where people are focusing mainly on gameplay. And we all know what I'm talking about. You have PlayStation and Xbox here. We have the best graphics, the crisp, like I could imagine seeing what Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to look like on a PS5. And then you have the Switch. You have Tears of the Kingdom, which is like, whoa, this is like the best Zelda game I've seen. But if you put two 65-inch TV screens together and you put Tears of the Kingdom next to Final Fantasy 16, no matter how innovative Tears of the Kingdom looks, your eyes are going to be drawn like, ooh, what's going on over here? So I get it. It's like video games has really hit this area where it's like it's not as interesting as it used to be. Now, in terms of content, I'm going to give a channel that's in my mind as an example. We have to understand that niching down has not been taught well. Correct. A lot of people think niche down. Stop telling people to niche down without telling people how to niche down and telling people what that actually means.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
when you say niche down, it's like we're using words. It's like, okay, what does that mean to the common person? Like if I was to ask the chat, if he's like, hey, niche down, what does that mean? And it's like, oh yeah, just focus on this people. Like, yes, audience focus is a thing, but what does that actually mean to the creator? Like, and I'm gonna just break the loop. If you're watching, this is gonna help you with your content for the rest of your life. Here's a secret. Real people have multiple interests. So this whole thing that you can't do variety on YouTube is a lie because real people have multiple interests. So the thing is, you need to take more time instead of understanding an algorithm, understand the audience. Understand the audience to the level of a real person that's watching, to the place where it's like, okay, you know what? These people, they on scale, they like, and of course, not everyone's gonna like everything, but if you could go by the top 3 things they like, they all like this. What's the next best thing they like? You could talk about that too. Now you kind of like, you don't have to talk about just one thing all the time. They like this. Oh, okay, they like this, and they like this, and mix that with community posts to show that you're engaging with them as real people. And you know what's gonna happen? People are gonna want to come back because wow, he actually talking like a human being. He's not talking like, hey, what's up, everybody? Like, how many times have we seen YouTubers do that? Like, come on, dude. Like, I know you're trying to sell me something. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, it's like you checking your YouTube speed. Is double speed on right now? It's like no. It's normal speed. Like, why are you talking so fast? Do you talk like this in real life?
Bro, you got to hit that was it the 10-minute marker so you can throw them ads on.
And it's exactly, it's like it's all 10 minutes. Throw this ad so we know the formula and everything. But here's what I want to say: if you talk to them like real people, they would want to come back. Now I have a channel that they are roughly a gaming type channel, but they have so much variety on that channel because they talk to people like it's real people. It's the up down YouTube channel.
Oh, the one with
Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
With the one with Xavier Woods. Brilliant. But it's a gaming channel, but look how niche it is and look how well it's doing. Because they act like they're talking to real people. People don't want to feel like you're just creating a video, because at that point you're just doing a video because you got a video out. No, actually listen to the people, see what they value, amplify that value, and then put it out there for them so they could get it. You do that enough time for free, if you come out and say, hey, I got some paid stuff, they'd be willing to pay. Because your free stuff is that good. Thank you. It's like your YouTubers are shouting, you got a whole microphone. Like, dog, why are you yelling at me? It's like some YouTubers are like, nope, I ain't listen to you in the morning. My alarm clock already made me upset this morning. It's like I don't need you to be yelling at me early in the morning. No, I'm good. But enough. I'm just, all jokes aside, I want to say it's all about how you frame your work. Are you intentional about your audience? If I was to have a sit down meeting, clients I work with, anyone that's watching this that's one of my clients, I asked you, do you have a customer avatar? Do you have a consumer avatar? Do you know your audience's demographics, like their outward stuff, where they're from, what type of area, what generation you're talking to? Why does generation matter? Because if you're talking to Gen Z may not have as much money as someone who's in the millennials. Just keeping it a buck. If they may not have as much, they might not have much buying power as someone who's a millennial who's more established. Also, to take it deeper, what are their interests? Oh, they're interested in this. What are their triggers? What are some of the things that they like doing? What are their offline behavior? What is their online behavior? Do you know this about your audience? And if you haven't done the homework to know this about your audience, are you taking this as serious as a business? And if you're not doing these steps, stop blaming YouTube and the algorithm for your videos not doing good.
Yeah.
Because all right, Mikkel already knows I'm a straight shooter sometimes. I'm going to say this, but I'm just going to say it.
Full screen.
I'm going to say what it is. Don't complain about the results you didn't work hard to get. If you want A-level results, don't complain when you gave F-level effort. If you want A-level results, give A-level effort. Yep. A lot of us, and I'm not shooting at you. I'm talking to me too. I have given F, D level efforts, expecting A and S level results. I did bare minimum one in the best, and it got me nowhere. Don't be me. Be better than me.
That's a PSA. No, but I mean that's true. That's true. Like bro, I'm so guilty of that. I'm so guilty of that, and the reason I say that is because almost the entirety of this year, I've been coasting. And the reason I say that is because I just got to a point where I'm like, I'm tired. There's just too much stuff coming out. I'm spreading myself too thin, trying to, make sure I'm bro, we talked about this. Killing myself over, and not literally, y'all don't misconstrue what I'm saying, but literally like just running yourself into the ground to hit embargoes, trying to be first, trying to react to everything. And I just got to a point where in my head, I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I stopped caring. I feel like I legit checked out and I was just on autopilot. And I think people could realize my passion wasn't there. And, I started seeing people doing more, having more opportunities and this and that. I'm over here like, that's cool. I guess it's not coming to me because I just wasn't putting the effort. And honestly, I'll say what really has been like, between talks with you, every time I talk to you, I come away with like a new understanding and a new appreciation for why I'm doing this. And aside from that, I watched,
that, bro.
No, for real, man. It's you've been like real. Okay, folks, for y'all who don't understand the relationship Avidan and I have, we have never met in person. This man right here, look, let me do this full screen.
Oh no,
this man right here is closer to me. Bro, I can do this. We can do this. We can do that. I can switch it up. No, real talk. Like, this man right here is more of a brother to me than any of my actual biological brothers. When I was sick, this was the first person that reached out to me, asking if I was good. Did I need anything? First person to do that. Anytime something go on in my life, this man is one of the first people, if not the first person to reach out. Right now, it extended Avidan getting thrown around.
That actually needs to stop.
Yeah, they're clouded. But like, bro, we're not just like, oh, this is my friend, and that fake sense of it that a lot of folks have. No, like, we got each other's numbers. We check in with each other. We talk, if not every day, every other day. Like, we have a legitimate relationship, and you keep me accountable, and I appreciate you so much for that, because I've been in this YouTube game a while. You've been in it a while. We've seen people come and go. We've seen a lot of fake relationships. We've had a lot of real relationships with folks we've never met before. It's a roller coaster. And I'm saying all this to say I know I got derailed, but talking with you has helped me stay motivated. The other thing that's helped me stay motivated, I watched a documentary, and it's for those who haven't seen it, it's available. It's Cody Rhodes' documentary. It's on Peacock right now. It is so good. And this man was talking about how he thought, I'm Dusty Rhodes' kid, right? I'm guaranteed to get somewhere, and just kind of like coasting off of that, having the shadow of that, and then eventually not going anywhere, plateauing, and then realizing he had to get out of WWE, go out on his own, build his own legacy, then come back. Because kind of like the nothing's given. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it, but you don't have to work to the point of you killing yourself. You don't have to work to the point where you're not able to, you gotta stay up late, but you still gotta get up, get ready to go to work. Still gotta do this, but you put more effort into this content creating than everything else. You don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. And we've been doing this wrong for so long. But it goes back to what you were saying earlier about folks saying, you got niche now. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Give me an example. Sorry, Aaron, for I'm one of them YouTubers shouting into the mic. But I'm just saying, like, show me or tell me what I'm supposed to do. Don't just give me this general idea. Like, I know we got these folks out there, Harris Heller, Gail Level, all these folks out here, they give us tips on 5 things or 10 things or 7. Well, I'm counting right. 7 things, we supposed to do for content creating. You giving us a general idea, but it's not enough of the information. A lot of us need more. We need to have a better understanding. What is it specifically you're saying? Not telling us exactly what we need to do, but giving us a general idea. Because, like you said, trying to tell Gen Z something may not apply to talking to the millennials or talking to Gen X. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Everything needs context, and we're not getting the context, is what I'm trying to say.
See, here's the thing. A lot of these people want to say 7 things. All right. This is not a campfire, but it's going to be some exposing. It's going to be some exposing. And y'all listening into this. This is going to be y'all gonna have some fun with this. A lot of these people are giving you advice that is so on a basic level, so they can use your views and your interests as their lead generation for you to buy their product and buy their books and buy their courses. It's not for you to really, it's not to really help you, it's to buy their courses. Mm-hmm. There's people now, there are people that do it who will give you real information for free. I know 2 of them. 1, shout out to Roberto Blake. 2, shout out to Myron Golden. Mm-hmm. Their free content is better than a lot of people's paid content. Because, we'll tell you why. Because their free content, they actually give you the answer of what to do. You know why they ask you to pay them? Because you're coming to them to help you implement the free information they gave. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's not that they're going to tell you some secret information in the paid information. You may get some more context, some better context, but it's literally the same information. They're just teaching you and implementing it and saving you time by doing and by helping you do it and helping you understand it to a deeper level to show you how it applies for you and your content. That's basically it.
Yep.
That's it. That's the secret, y'all. Y'all want to know the secret? What's behind a lot of these paid courses? A lot of it is no deeper secrets. Mm-hmm. You could buy Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. You get a whole bunch of stuff. You could buy James Clear's Atomic Habits. You get a whole bunch of content. You could buy Sean Cannell's YouTube Secrets, which I have right here. You'll get a whole bunch of content. You could buy Myron Golden's Boss Moves, whole bunch of content, get it all there. But if you don't implement and do it and know how to do it yourself, then you go to them. Then that's when you pay for the course, because the course is for them to work with you to teach you how to do the thing.
And adding to that, it's tailored to you.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, but a lot of people, here's the thing. A lot of people will try to sell you on the idea that they can help you get this whole thing. Like, there's this one, and for professionalism, I'm not going to mention his name. I do not like one. I don't like his style. I'm not going to say I don't like him because I don't know him. I don't like his style because it's fakeness. Like, if I describe one of his ads, you probably gonna know who I'm talking about. But he's literally walking with sunglasses like this, like he has a microphone, but there's no microphone in his hand. And I'm like, wait, bro, there's no microphone in your hand. Why are you doing this for? And he's selling the idea of a faceless YouTube channel, basically. And it bothers me because he has like images of him holding up a YouTube gold play button, right? You go to his channel, he has 20,000 subscribers. All right, wait a second. So you photoshopped yourself holding a gold YouTube play button, and you're going on all these other interviews, well-known interviews, and it's like, it's stuff like that is out there. I'm not giving this name out there. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. But I'm putting it out there because there are people who don't have your best interests out here. I am going to put it out there. And
that's so true.
And I'm saying this to, I put enough respect on him, so I'm not gonna put his name out there, but I'm using that as a case study point to say that not all information that people will sell out here is all glamour. If someone's trying to sell you on a glamour by, do you want this or that, and you want to just make a whole bunch of videos without spending any money and without showing your face and make tens of thousands of dollars per month and everything, people are selling the dream rather than the actual payoff. And that's the thing. It's like you're selling a dream. You're selling something that has no context towards it, rather than just selling the payoff. Like, hey, you know what? I know your problem, and this is the solution to your problem. And your problem, I can actually get you from here to here with your problem. That's a little bit more direct. Like, oh, a lot of people don't want to do faceless YouTube channels. Let's be real. A lot of you watching right now thinking, don't fall for the hype. You don't want to do a faceless YouTube channel. You know why you don't want to do a faceless YouTube channel? Because you need a big team for a Facebook YouTube channel that you're probably not ready for. You need to get someone who's going to do all that video editing, because a lot of faceless YouTube channels and you're going to need a lot of money too, by the way. You're going to need some money that you probably don't know you need. So you're going to need someone to do video editing, and Pexels is going to get annoying after a while. So you could probably need someone to pay for a storyboards subscription. They're going to need someone to pay for the AI voice training subscription. So you could you have AI do the voiceovers. They're going to need to pay someone to do script writing, do engaging script writing. You want to do really good, probably pay ChatGPT $20 per month to go ahead and do that for you as well. And then between you doing all of that each time, then you have to make sure you have enough SEO to make the video interesting. Someone's watching, rinse and repeat, put it on YouTube, and there you go. All that done by yourself, you'll get tired of doing that after the third video or fourth video, because those videos run long. And then on top of that, you're a slave to keeping up with the trend, because 9 times out of 10, for that to be successful, it's dealing with pop culture or pop media, and that's changing every single day. So you have to stay on the grind no matter what. And you're only human. You're going to get tired. Like, you're going to get tired. I don't care how strong you think you are. I'll tell you, the strongest person in the world could hold up 5-pound weights all day above his head, and his arms will be tired.
Don't hurt their feelings, man. Don't kill their dreams. They out here, man. They thinking it's all sunshine and roses.
Listen, I warn and I advise them, everyone that I work with, that there's going to be some work that goes into this. Mm-hmm. There's going to be work, and if you do the work correctly, the work will be fulfilling. One of the people I work with, I literally see. I'll give you a behind the scenes of what I work with some people. One of the people I work with, they had trouble recording videos because they was trying to fit the video and trying to do shorts and everything. And I'm like, perhaps for you, making shorts is probably not the best thing for you because you're trying to compact all your thoughts into one. And maybe this model wouldn't work for you. Maybe it might be better for you to do podcasts instead, so you can actually talk out your thoughts, where it's acceptable and expected for you to talk up and get to your point throughout the video. And as you do podcasts from your first video podcast, you run them. You could confirm this. Your first podcast ain't gonna be your 10th podcast, and your 10th podcast won't be your 100th podcast. From your 100th podcast to your first podcast, you be looking back like, wow, I'm light speed ahead of that. Like, tell them yourself, like, how this whole thing works with podcast.
Bruh, I've gone back and I've looked at my first couple episodes. I'm like, oof, that quality was rough. And it's like but you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, and a lot of people don't want to do the work that comes with it. They don't want to be patient. And I understand in our current society right now, patience is just not where it is. People want instant gratification. They want it now. They want it like this. And it's like, you got to build. Think of a carpenter. Think of folks building these. Okay, I'm in Hawaii. They're building condos every other 2 minutes. 2 minutes, there's a condo going up. Not that quick though, but for real though, you got to take the time. They got to plot out how they're going to do it. Then they got to work on it, and it takes time to get there. When you start podcasting, if I had the knowledge then that I have now, I'd approach this whole thing way different. Back then, we didn't have stuff like Spotify for podcasters where I can just upload to that or record directly to it. It hits a repository, it goes out to everywhere else, and I get paid, and that's it. Before that, I had to find out how to get my own RSS. I had to get my own hosting. I had to figure out how to do all the different equipment that I had. I didn't know none of that. It was a process. It was a painful process, but I stuck with it because I just, I realized that doing the YouTube videos, just doing the video, like talking about this, I had more I wanted to talk about. I wanted to dive into this stuff. I wanted to have folks on like you, like my brother Cameron, other folks. I want to be able to sit here and deep dive and assess this, whatever. Say I'm this rock star right here. Drink something healthier than this. I just need it because my kids driving me crazy. But take this, man. You know how many different opinions we can have on this? A 10-minute video ain't gonna do it. I got an opinion on it. Avidan got an opinion on it. Y'all watching got an opinion on it. But I want to sit here and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. One thing, like my brother Cameron, when we first started, and I got to give him the biggest shout out because I would not be doing podcasting. I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I wouldn't be where I am now without my brother Cameron. And that's why I'm so happy. We're about to get back into it doing podcasts. First time in 8 years. We haven't done, first time in 8 years. But if it's not for him saying, hey, and this is back when we were working at Microsoft, we were just always talking about tech, talking about cars, talking about sports, just talking about everything. And we're like, man, why don't we just start a podcast? We started off sitting at my old condo outside Waikiki. We would sit there, and my condo used to sit right next to a busy intersection on Kapiolani. Always had the buses coming, always had construction going. We're sitting there in this room, not curated. We had a Blue Yeti mic sitting on a bar stool. We had those old Logitech, was it C920 cheap webcams, wasn't even barely getting that working, but we did it with the most bunk audio possible, but we had fun. We stuck with it. Now we've evolved past that. You know, I turned into a career. He's turning his into a hobby that's going to be a career. And it's like, if we didn't stick with it and work through the growing pains and be patient, we wouldn't be where we are now. And so going back and listening to it, yeah, the audio is bunk, but man, it was a starting point. And that's the thing. We got to start somewhere. And so I'm gonna throw this in because I know I'm on a tangent, but I'm gonna run through with this tangent. Here's the thing: a lot of y'all may think you got to have the perfect setup, you got to have the perfect topics, you got to have the perfect equipment, you got to have all this. No, you got to start. You have to start. When you start, like you said, your first 10 episodes not gonna be your first 20 episodes. Not going to be your first 50. Not going to be your first 100. You got to start, because as you go, you learn. As you learn, you change, you develop. As you continue to change and develop, you start integrating. And here's the thing. People say, you know, it's bad to copy this. Let me change the word copy.
Talk about it.
Inspiration. Let's say it. You can be inspired by somebody else's style. Joe Rogan, Joe Budden, you know, you can take things that they're doing and incorporate it into what you're doing, but you can personalize it to you. And so, yeah, people are going to be like, oh, that's something Joe Budden does. Or, oh, like I've had people say certain things I do. Oh, you copying Flossie Carter. I'm not copying Flossie. But how can you say you're going to be in the tech space and be a brother and not be influenced by the OG? I'm sorry. I'm yelling into the mic again.
I got to tag in for a second, because
go for it.
The people who say like, "Oh, you copy this, you copy this, you copy this, you copying that." At least I had something that I own that I could copy. What do you own?
Ooh.
That's see, that's the Brooklyn to be coming out. I'm sorry. Forgive me. That's the Brooklyn to be coming out for a second. Like it's like, why do you? It's like when people who have the need to tear down. You see, here's the thing, and I don't mean to get like way too spiritual with this, but it's like,
talk to them, man.
Human beings using words is what make us like God. So the fact that we're going to tear people down with our words by saying, "Oh, you were just copying this," instead of acknowledging and saying, "Wow, I see how that's similar, and I like how you adapted that into your own." That is way more encouraging to that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we have been fooled to think that we always have to be in competition with each other. Yo, listen, Mikkel is my brother. I don't need to compete with Mikkel. Mikkel
don't slap your microphone. I know you getting
my arms are long. My arms are long. So you heard the knock, and I hit the end part. But I don't have to compete with Mikkel. Mikkel could do his own thing. And Mikkel don't got to compete with me because I'm doing my own thing. Mm-hmm. But guess what? We get to come together on this podcast and have a great conversation because we see each other eye to eye as respectable men, leaders, and influencers in the areas that we're in. We could bounce ideas off each other because it's like the way he could see the world is how I see the world, and then it's like it comes together stronger. Mm-hmm. That's why it's like this whole thing of trying to tear people down, trying to compete with the next person. It's a waste of time, dog. It is a waste of time and a waste of energy.
And I want to piggyback off of that, man. Like, and I know you know this as well, but like, bro, I've sat in I'm in this Discord right now, called the gig, the industry. And in this thing is all the major folks, all the major PR, game devs, tech folks, tech PR. They're all in this Discord. I got invited in because I connected with folks at LA, and it opened my eyes. There is more than enough for everybody to eat. And realistically speaking, and I need y'all to hear me on this, you ain't got to tear nobody down. You ain't competing with nobody. You can be in the same sphere, but you're not competing. You're not. There's enough opportunities for making money, for getting things, for collaborating, for doing. There's enough for everybody. But we have been fooled by the BS, I will say, of social media, that we got to compete. We got to flex on some. We got to stun on somebody. We got to act like we're bigger and badder than what. No, I've seen it. I've been not only in that Discord, I have been on conference calls. I've been in what's that I don't know if people still use it. Was it Yard House or
Clubhouse?
Clubhouse? Yeah, I said Yard House. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry.
That's all good,
bruh. But like Clubhouse, I've been in Clubhouse calls. I've been in Twitter Spaces. Man, there's so much opportunity. Okay, like today is a perfect example of something like that, bro. I went and I sold my Steam Deck today.
Nice.
Because I'm like, I don't need it. I don't play it. I don't have a lot of time to devote to it because I'm using the Ally for most of the content I'm covering. I sold it to this guy who's the president of one of the biggest realty companies in the Pacific. And he went and looked at, and he might be watching right now. If you are, shout out to you, Jesse. But we were talking business, and that opened a door of opportunity. I might get to work with him, do some video production, audio engineering for him, helping him with commercials, YouTube stuff, all this other, this and that. Might open up to working with some lawyers and other folks that that are looking for people who can do the work. The money is there, the opportunities are there. You don't know when you interact with someone what door that might open. You don't know who they know. And what we've seen, and you and I, we talked about this at Lynn. You got a lot of content creators who are out here, and I ain't calling nobody out. I ain't roasting, I ain't campfiring. I'm just speaking the truth on this. Not my truth, but a truth, the truth. We have seen a lot of people who have egos that are on call for because they think they got to act a certain way to be able to get certain things, or they got to act like they bigger than somebody else. They got to put somebody down, and not realizing they losing opportunities by doing that. They don't realize that you don't have to act that way. They don't realize that they closing doors. As an example, I ain't gonna name that person's name. You already know what I'm talking about, but a situation where a person asked me for a code, but they always flexing about their numbers on social media, how big they are, how many subs they got, how many views they got, how much money they making. Oh, how come this company is not getting back to me and give me this code for this game? I reach out to the company. Hey, can I get an extra code? I want to help a friend out who's going to make content. Give them that code. What does this person do? You saw. I showed you what they said. Oh, they got back to you, not to me. I'm bigger than you, though. I got more of this, and this. Then they take that code I gave them, turn around and do a giveaway. Because they think. And then there's more to it. Then they go on to be like, saying that if the company gave them a code, instead of them having to get it from me, they could have got more people to buy it because they think that they are bigger than the brand. It's just this ego the attitude, the entitlement, realistically speaking, there's no place for it. You will not get that far acting like that. There's a ceiling. And when you start seeing that you're getting less and less and less opportunities from businesses, from, even from folks wanting to work with you, you need to look in the mirror.
I want to just add to that. It's like, just touching back to what you said about social media, tricking everyone to thinking this is a competition. And it's like, when you have a sense of status, everyone starts at zero. Let's just start there. Everyone starts at 0 followers, 0 subscribers, what have you. The minute that number hits about 100, the minute that number hits about 1,000, the minute when that number hits about even towards, I want to say like 5,000 and 10,000 people following what you have to say, now, I hate to be this guy, but now, and Mikkel and I talked about this before, this is not good if you have not done the healthy work on working on your own self-esteem first.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe this should be influencing to the highest level if there isn't work that has been done or work that is already being done at the same time on your own personal self-worth. And you definitely should not do this without accountability partners. Because if you don't have accountability partners, to make sure you don't go way off the bat, way right or way left. And if you're not working on yourself, when you hit that 10,000 followers, you're going to feel an over inflation of importance, and your ego is going to shoot right sky high. And you're going to start feeling like, wow, 10,000 people are watching. And you see them, they're all watching the videos and they're all praising all the work you did. And this is why man should not be worshipped, because it gets to your head. You start thinking that you're the greatest. You start thinking that I'm the best. And unless you're grounded to the place where it's like, nah, everything I have is by grace. Until you get to that place, and you're going to start thinking, like you said, you're going to start getting that entitlement feeling. You're going to look at somebody and heard someone with 1,000 subscribers, they got this code. Wait, but I have 10,000. And you're going to start thinking that, wait a minute, I'm bigger than them in size. And already, you already did that competition thing. Already, you started just, you don't even know this person's work ethic, but you already started cutting them down because your eyes see, and this is, I don't mean to cut deep, your eyes see numbers, but you don't see those are people. You don't even see those 10,000. You don't even see these are 10,000 people who care. And at that point, when your subscribers are just a number to you and not actual people, you lose focus. You got to look at it as, wow, 1 million people have followed me. That's why this whole idea of, oh, you're a small creator. Listen, for everyone who's a small creator, I will even say 50, maybe I was even say 50 people. You have 50 subscribers. Tell me right now, can you fit 50 people in your apartment or your house right now? Be honest. Can you fit 50 people in your house comfortably? And if you can, kudos, you have a nice size house. Can you fit 100? 50 and 100 subscribers don't seem so small now, do it? Where you actually factor in and scale that as real people. 50, listen, y'all want some context? The average classroom is 30 people. The average classroom is like between 27 and 30 people in public schools. Average college size classrooms is between 50 and 100 people in a classroom. So you mean to tell me that that's not a lot of people? You ever been in these classrooms before? Sure, is a lot of people. It looks like a lot of people to me. If you have the grace to present in front of a classroom room size of people, that's a blessing. And if you double that, 2 classrooms worthy, that is a blessing, because that's more than most people who are not doing YouTube. Most people don't present to that many people at once. So it's at my house will be crowded with 10 people, or at least 9. See? So it's like, if you, that's why I say, look at the people. Even if you have not 5 to 10 people following, imagine that many people in your apartment right now or in your house. How would that look? You'd be like, yo, I want y'all to leave. It's too hot in here. So many people in one space. So that's why it's like, please, let's stop dehumanizing people and just look at them as numbers and actually see them as real people. That's why, and this brings it back to customer avatar. We treat your followers and your subscribers as real people. You're going to find that this journey is so much better, because you will care more about producing a result, because these are real people who will be affected by this than anything else. Like, listen, gaming could be one of the easiest niches to grow in, but we've been doing it the hard way. Like, I have literally seen where gamers have grown like 2.5 million subscribers or above just by using the art of storytelling. Like, so many people want to try to play you talked about this earlier, but play the trended game in there all the time. But what if you just chose a game that just mattered to you and you just streamed that? And then as you're streaming that game, you use that opportunity to tell like old stories about yourself, old college days stories, or old high school days, or old childhood days. And you just start relating to your audience, and your audience is saying, yeah, I had that time too. Oh, yeah, remember this. And then boom, now it's like you're creating moments with your audience. Let me tell you something. How likely is it for that person to come back if they feel like, wow, we related to something cool? And then y'all go to a convention and there's a meetup. Guess who's the first person on their list to meet up? You. And when they see you at these conventions, it's like, wow, it's like you're the same person who I met. Exactly. Create a bonding experience. And you don't get to do that unless you're trying to do this. You know, you want to take your time. Take your time doing this stuff. If you want to talk about the business side of content creation and everything, take your time to get to know the people you're creating content for.
And I'm gonna touch on this in a moment, Aaron, because this is great. I saw that article. I don't know if you saw the one that Tom Lowell from Evo dropped. It was a great article, but yeah, like you said, it's like it really shaped, because a lot of people have been complaining that Evolve PR or Terminals PR, they don't give a lot of people chances in the sense of folks who have big followings. But it was a great article where he dived in. I'm a circle back to that, Aaron. But what I want to touch on is the whole thing. Like you were saying, can you fit 10 people? Can you fit 100? Can you sphere of influence? If you're truly influential, if you can influence 10 people, and those 10 people each talk to 10 people, and the 10 people they talk to 10 more people, and it keeps trickling down. Think about remember them Ponzi pyramid scheme things? It's a similar concept, but one person influencing who influence more people, it trickles down. That sphere of influence is big. You may think, and people, like I've seen folks with these big followings try to put folks down. Oh, if you stream into 2 people or 3 people or 10 people, you're failing. If you're making videos and you're getting less than 100 views, you're failing. No, if you got folks that actually are rocking with you and they're having a good time, they're going to tell somebody else, and they tell somebody else. that person's going to enjoy it, and then they're going to tell somebody else, and you're going to grow. You're going to influence people. And it's like you said, the story time aspect. So many people think, oh, I'm just going to get here and I'm going to play this game. I'm going to talk about the gameplay experience. Talk about how it was for you. One of the things you said to me, and it's something I basically did that the other night when I streamed Double Dragon Gaiden. You told me a while back, instead of getting the game and trying to play through it, complete it, and then write the article and read off the script and all that, talk about the experience. How are you feeling? Like, are you enjoying it? What do you like about it? What sticks out to you? A lot of folks aren't doing that. They're trying to copy Game Explain or Nintendo Power, or not Nintendo. Damn, Nintendo Power? No, they ain't around no more.
IGN. They're trying to copy IGN. They're trying to copy GameSpot. And we could see. Yeah, you were saying though. I didn't want to cut you off.
No. Adding to what you said, like, yeah, we can see who you're trying to copy, but you need to understand that those groups, those outlets have whole teams. If it's just you, personalize this. How is it? Like, bro, I'm gonna go back. Look. I'm gonna say this. All right, Nintendo Switch. I love the Switch. A lot of people think I hate it. No, I love this. I love the Switch. I love it. Why do I love it? Because
I got mine right here too.
bro, let's talk about it. Before this changed entirely handheld.
Steam Deck possible.
It made the Steam Deck possible. It made folks think, yo, we can have a console-like experience on the go. There used to be a difference between a console and a handheld. I don't know how many of y'all are old enough to remember. Sorry. I don't know how many of y'all are old enough to remember when the OG Game Boy, the OG Game Gear, you know?
The big gray brick.
Right? Like, that experience was fun on the go, but it was not the same experience you got from your Super Nintendo, your Sega Genesis, your PlayStation. You didn't get that same. The Switch was the first console, and technically you could say the Wii U, but it wasn't. The Wii U was a prototype to Switch, but the Switch was the first console that gave us a different experience. The first one to give us that experience of the console quality we can take on the go, which has influenced substantially every other company. We would not have the Steam Deck. We wouldn't have portable gaming PCs. We wouldn't have PlayStation technically trying to get back into that market, if not for Nintendo, because Nintendo is a pioneer. Regardless of how y'all feel about the graphics, power is not powerful enough. It's about the experience. It's about innovating. They have influenced an entire industry. They always have, whether people want to put that respect on them or not. But that is the power of influence. They influenced it. They changed the way we thought about it. So going back to what I was saying, and you were saying about fitting 10 people, 100 people into your place, you can influence and leave an impression that's going to spread, and it's going to keep going and going. When you stop looking at people like numbers, and too many people do that, and a lot of times it goes back to something you and I were saying privately, but if you don't mind me bringing it up, a lot of folks who have gained a lot of this quick attention, this quick fame, a lot of them, realistically speaking, weren't popular, weren't acknowledged, weren't noticed in school or at home or in their day-to-day life, and they finally got that attention now.
I was gonna go there.
Oh, well, I'm gonna shut up. Hold on. Here you go.
I was gonna go there. I was gonna say the other side of it shows where you have that mentality. It's like it's a revealing of you wasn't the one who wasn't acknowledged at home. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't get that acknowledged at home, two things happened. You either become more introverted, or you become the bully.
Yep.
In those cases, that was the usual path. I became the introverted one in those times. So I can speak to the level of seeing it's like what it does to your mind when you start to get more acknowledgement. You start to say, wow, more and more people are watching, to the point where it's like, yo, who is this cat coming in? And then it's like, when the reason why I can talk about it, because I've been down that route. I know what it's like. I know what goes through the minds of when you start getting some recognition. Even at 1,000 subscribers, I get 1,000 subscribers in less than 1 year. And when certain folks start coming at you a certain way, your response sometimes could be, who is this cat with X amount of subscribers talking to me or talking trash on my channel? Boop, get out of here. That's your mentality. That's the easy mentality it fits to walk into. It's very toxic and it's not okay. But a lot of people who get the fame so fast and treat people like trash and only refer to their subscribers as numbers are often people who don't have an appreciation for human life. So because of that, they, like you said, they were the people who didn't get enough love at home. They were for the people who through high school or through college weren't really noticed. So to get out of this and to finally be noticed, they fight tooth and nail to keep that feeling of, no, I want to fight to keep being noticed. And being noticed becomes more of a priority than actually paying attention to the people who have caught eye and wind of them. So you don't look at how valuable these people are. You don't get to see the diamonds that are in your subscriber base, the people who have the talent. Because I'm gonna give y'all a real low-key business tip that again will change the way you look at things. Mikkel could more than likely confirm this too. Y'all want to know a big secret where you could get your volunteers from, and probably the people who want to work for you if you pay them? Your audience. I promise you, the people who watch you the most probably have a talent that you need to help build your business. I promise you, there's a video editor in your audience. I promise you, there's a graphic designer in your audience. I promise you, there's a script writer in your audience. I promise you, there's a marketing SEO analyst in your audience. I promise you, they're all there. All of them are there. I promise you, each and every one is there. And you know what? You want to hear another secret? If you're genuine, you've been cool, I promise you, some of them are willing to work for you for free.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that it's true. It's true. And it's like, that's why you have to, and bro, we can touch on this business etiquette, because a lot of these folks who are, yeah, we going there. We cooking tonight, bro. No, a lot of people who go into this have no sense of business etiquette. If you conduct yourself a certain way, man, like, you got folks that would do stuff out of love and admiration and respect for you, not worshiping you, respect and admiration, because they want to see you grow. They want to build with you. And this is people, your audience, other folks, other creators. This can be companies. They want to build and grow with you. Why do y'all think there's so many initiatives now where companies, okay, let's use gaming and tech as an example, they're not really trying to work with the big name folks. They're already established, because they understand there is a shelf life for big creators, because creators come and go. They're trying to build and foster the next generation. They want to be part of that. I'm telling you now, if you understand how to treat people with respect, humanity, it goes a long way. It will help your career substantially. And too many people just don't get that. They think, oh, I got this subscriber count. Okay, you got that many human lives that are taking time out of their day. There's 24 hours in a day. And in that 24 hours a day, people are going to be sleeping anywhere from 4 hours, or in my case, 4 hours to like 7 or 8 hours. So you got less than 24 hours in a day, even less than realistically 18 hours if you include working. And then if you include family, social life, personal development, you know, you don't have a lot of time. But these people are deciding to spend time that they could be doing something else with you. You need to value that. Folks don't do that. Oh, it's my numbers, my metrics. I was in a Discord. Recently. It was just, and I'm not trying to throw shade on the Steam Deck folks. I know a lot of folks say I hate the Steam Deck people. No, I don't hate any of it. I'm not a fan of console wars. You and neither of us are. We both dislike that. We ain't got no stock in these companies. These companies don't care about us no one way or another. But I was in a Steam Deck one with a lot of big name Steam Deck creators. And the reason that I dipped out of that was because I got tired of seeing people just obsessed with metrics, just obsessed with numbers. I don't care. These are people. And I understand, like, you and I have, and we're probably our conversation is gonna go this direction, talking about communities, because we all have gotten, we've got, okay, we're gonna dive into it. We've gotten the idea of community wrong. Now, for you, any of y'all who are new, who are coming up now in like the content creating sphere, y'all are gonna have a completely different experience than Avidan and I when we started close to a decade ago. It's way different. We were back then, it was we need to get a community, but the community focuses around us as the creator. In a way, it became a little bit of like idolatry, if you really want to take it there. And you know, someone says what you don't, or even a cult of personality. Someone says something you don't like, yeah, we boot them. We don't, and it's like you got to play peacekeeper, negotiator, parent. And I said it. I was telling you the other day, bro. How long we had these long 6 to 10 minute voice messages.
Man, it was the whole day just going through these voice notes, and this is how basically the podcast came along. I was like, bro, at this point, we need to do a podcast with all these voice notes.
But like I said, and I've been very vocal about it, and I know I've upset people. I know I've lost viewers and subscribers and all that because people think that I'm saying that, basically F them. No, I'm not saying F y'all. When I say I don't care about having a community, there's context to that. I have a family to take care of. I've got to take care of my own health so I can take care of my family. I got responsibilities. Bills got to be paid. Things got to be done. I don't have the time to spend to play Big Brother, whatever, parent, all this, investing in people that I don't know. If y'all want to talk with me, if you want to have a communication, it's a Discord. We can chop it up, but I can't devote that type of time and energy. I got a family. I have responsibilities. That's my focus. I can't have a little cult, my own little, I can't be out here doing that. And it's, and I know I can't give y'all that type of time. So I'm not going to even try. If y'all want to talk to me, y'all can hit me in the DMs. Many folks got my number. Y'all know what, if I ain't going nowhere, you know how to get in touch with me. But trying to cultivate a community the way we were taught years ago, where it's basically focused around, focusing on us, that ain't, we can't do it like that. That's not the way.
You see, and just to give context to that, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on the same page with my boy Mikel here. It doesn't mean, but here's the thing: I'm gonna provide a context to community.
Okay.
It's not that we don't desire community; we don't desire to have a fan club.
There you go.
And
I left that part out. I knew you were gonna alley up off of that. Go for it.
We don't desire to have a fan club. A lot of people, a lot of content creators back when we was doing it weren't really creating real communities. They were creating fan clubs. The reason why I'm saying creating fan clubs because the focus was on the creator. We show up for the creator, where the creator is having something. We come together. We all have a good time. But the focus was the creator. And as Mikel put it was a form of idolatry. We come to see you, spend time with you. We all do this together as a community. Here's the kicker. In many cases, if that creator wasn't around, everybody else didn't come together. A lot of Discords be empty and everything, people not coming together. Now, granted, the old Chill Squad Discord and everything, for a bit, we had people who were still talking amongst each other throughout the day. And, things happened. That Discord died. I went through many life changes and everything, and people didn't know. I'm assuming people didn't know what was safe enough to post and everything. I respect that. So I'm not mad at anyone with the Chill Squad and everything. I still love them to this day. But here's what I want to say towards that. A community has to have resources. Period. A community has to have resources. So the first thing I ask, if you say you're building a community, what resources are you providing for your community? That's number one. If you're going to be head honcho, what resources are provided for your community? What is available for them that could help improve their learning, especially if you have your community behind a paywall, like a Patreon or something? What are some resources that's available to them on a daily basis, or that be updated on a daily basis, that will allow them to truly grow? There's only very few communities that I have seen people who provide resources. When I say resources, I'm talking about content that will talk. If you got content creators on there, content creator videos on how to edit, content creator videos on how to do your taxes. Ooh, we don't talk about that too much. Content creator videos on how to do this, or not just videos, services. All right, we got people who do graphic design, who do this, and watch this. You're not, because it's a community, you're gonna fund these people. So yes, you got in the community. You pay to get in the community. But if you need work done, if we know people who do the work, hey, you're on call to do this. Hey, do you mind doing this? I'll pay you this much for this. Mm-hmm. If you don't have these things going and circling on, then let's call it for what it is. You don't have a community, and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to say I do not have a community or a strong community yet. And you know what? You may have limited resources, but if you at least have resources and where people can commune and talk to every day, then yes, you probably do constitute as one of the few, because only a few that I really know of, that have a community. But if you don't have that, you don't have the community. Because you know what? I'll shout out one person who has a community. It's on the small end, but I respect his community very much so. If he's watching this, I just want to shout him out. My boy Rodrigo, the Winner Circle. That is not a community that can be accessed by anybody. There's one is resources there where he makes sure he provides and updates that regularly. And two, it's not just people showing up for him, but when you show up there, everybody shows up for each other and greets each other. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see stuff like that. So it's like, I respect that. It's like whenever you go to his stream, it's not just him saying what's up to you. The people in the chat, they know you too, and they're saying what's up to you too. Mm-hmm. That's the culture there. So you need to see that if you are not building, and that's on a smaller scale. He's doing a lot on a smaller scale. So it's like, I look at that. If you have way more time on your hands, if you have way more things, you have money, you could pay people to actually maintain the Discord more, and that's not being invested into, why would you have a community? Why would your stuff area be considered a community where someone who's not putting as much money into this, but they put a lot more time and love into it, is? Why would I call yours a community? Because you're just a bigger subscriber. It's like it's very few streams. There's only his stream and my boy OJ stream. Those are the only streams I ever. No. I'll be remiss if I didn't include her, Miss Click. Those are the only 3 streams that I can really think of. If I go to their streams, there's people other than the creator who are saying what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And there be in the last 2, there'll be hundreds of people there watching, and the people will still acknowledge. So I say all that to say, you have to be at a position. What's going on, Chips?
What's up, Chips?
Yeah, so it's like, I would say it's like, you really got to look at this from a level of community is more than just, hey, I have a Discord. Let's come in a Discord. It's like, community is more than that. Your community has to have resources. And I'm just applying the same rules for a physical community that we'll see outside of our 4 walls. Both my guys in one place again. I love to see it. Of course, my dude. If you could see physical resources in your own neighborhood, you see banks, you see supermarkets, you see resources there in your physical environment. So if you have an online area, you should have online resources that is valuable to the people who came to the community, especially, once again, if they are paying to be there. Don't just tell them to pay, that you got to pay to be here, and you're not providing nothing.
Yeah. And there's a flip side to that coin too.
Yep.
There's a flip side to it. And here's the thing. When you clear it, I'm trying to carefully walk around this. So when you're a creator and you're asking people to give you money, Patreon, Coffee, subscribe to our YouTube memberships, whatever. Like Avidan said, you got to provide a value, a service. It can't just be, oh, become a Patreon or a channel member so you can have my friend code or whatever, so I'll play with you. I'll spend 1 hour a day to play with you. It can't be that. It can't be that. That's very transactional. It's predatory as well, because there are a lot of lonely folks out there. There's a lot of lonely folks out there that really think that you're legitimately trying to be their friend, when in many ways, a lot of folks look at that as a transaction. It's very transactional. The other side of that multi-dimensional coin is there are people who will become a patron or a channel member or whatever, support your content, and they think that they own what you do. They tell you, the creator, what you're gonna make. I've experienced that. I don't mind mentioning this company, not because of spite or anything or to flame them, but it's one of the reasons I don't really rock with nobody out here in Hawaii, because there've been many times I've had people become patrons, and they do that to tell me what content I'm gonna make. And I'm like, it don't work that way. I had one, what's the company? PC Gamers Hawaii. I don't mind bringing their name up. I got nothing against Devin or any of the folks that run that, but they became patrons because they're like, oh, this is, I'm investing in you as a business partner. I'm like, no, we can draw up a business contract if you want to be a business partner.
Right.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, we can draft up a contract and we can go from there. But no, became a $25 patron, and it was trying to. Anytime I worked with Sony or I worked with this company or that company, they're like, "Well, you need to bring me in on that so I can talk to them." It's not how that works. You need to make content in every video or podcast you do. You need to promote my business. That ain't how that works. It's not how that works. So there needs to be an understanding from the creator to the person who's supporting, and also for the person that's supporting, that you're not dictating the content. It does not work that way. But a lot of people get that twisted. And it's just that can be messy.
First, see now this is where I got to jump in, because now we getting into business side of things, and now I got to ask, when here's the thing. When you sign, and this is where I would say for future, if you're doing Patreon stuff and you're doing this in that situation, list the terms of what's available. Because now, if people think I'm giving you $25 a month, no, we did not sign a memorandum of understanding here. So we didn't sign that. That wasn't drawn up, and terms weren't said on what's promised and everything. You are not a business partner to me. You are a volunteered supporter with Patreon, and this is the terms of what is allotted to you under this tier that you have pledged for. If you are pledging $25 out to me, don't expect $25,000 types of work. Oh, wait, that's not worth $25,000. Actually, yes, it is, because my time is a premium value, and I decide the value of my time, not you. So I said it's worth $25,000. You are wasting $25,000 of my time when I say so. So that's number one. Number two, I do want to say this is where I would say value needs to be communicated off Front Street and what you be providing as a content creator, which is why I stepped back from using Patreon, because I don't know what value that I'm going to provide. That's why I don't even have YouTube memberships. I could easily put YouTube memberships to my Avidan Smith page. It's available, but I don't have the YouTube memberships activated because I don't necessarily know what value that I am going to provide for the people who are watching. I don't want to just say I have memberships so I can just get money out of you. No, because basically that's loving money and using people. I don't want to do that. I don't want to use people just to get more money. I want to love the people first and provide actual value for you. If you're going to say, because I wouldn't want someone doing that to me. I wouldn't want to pay for something each month and it's like there's no real value getting into it. Unless it's something real cheap. I just want to support the creator. Like if it's like $1.99. All right, cool. Here, I could give $2 a month. You get $1 something from that with the YouTube. Take 30% from that. If you get like $1.50 from that each month.
It's better than Twitch.
Yeah. You let's not go there. If you get $1.50 from me each month, we do at everything. That's nothing. That's not even a snack in many cases. You go to the supermarket, you can't even buy a snack for $1.50. Matter of fact, this cookie costs $2.
Yo, wait. Show the cookie again? Right. That's the truth right there.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes, sir. So that costs $2. So it's like that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you have like tiers like $4.99, $29.99 a month. I want to sit down and actually think of what value can be communicated that people would want to invest into. And furthermore, if I'm not even investing in this channel like that and I know I'm not, Death stares at Twitch every time you start to say something important. See?
Twitch ain't trying to let y'all hear this.
Twitch, especially when we bad about them. We say, "Oh, word! All right, we go mute this line real fast. Don't let them talk." But nah, like I want us to really like think. It's like, what value can I provide? And this is like that's the true thing. It's like understand what's valuable. Not what's valuable to me. What's valuable to you? Like, just got through a head too. It's like, what is valuable to you? Like, if I would rather, if I was having a live stream, if I was talking like to Chips and to Kai, I would rather just hear people talk. What do y'all find cool? Like, okay, cool. Listen to people talk. Like, we got things backwards. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth, but we use this more than we use this. Ooh. Because I'm like, come on, man. It's like we have 2 ears for listen. We should be doing double time of this than speaking.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of times, you know, and yes, that is scriptural. It's like it's like I feel like we need to do a lot more listening, because when you do that, you're gonna find it's a lot easier to make content. Like burnout, like I don't know what to create content for. Go listen to what people you were making content for are talking about. Like if you don't know what are they talking about? Okay, you want some? I'm gonna give you the 2 top places to look. Go to their favorite YouTubers, like where, and I promise you, their favorite YouTubers has comments galore. Read all the comments. Read all the comments from, and don't read the newest comments. Read like the most relevant comments first, and read through the list. There's conversations in all comments. Read through the conversations. Next best place, go to Reddit. Do the same thing.
Oh, Reddit is a gold mine. People sleep on Reddit.
Like, here's the thing. You want the quote of the night? The content is in the comments. The content is literally in the comments. Go through all these and search through. The problem is, like what Mikkel said earlier, we don't want to do that work. And guess what? This is why you have a team. Because if you don't want to do that work, guess what you can do? You can pay someone to do that work. Yeah. See? This is why this is where community and building as a team is important. You could pay someone to do that work. I don't want to do all this. Cool. Pay someone to do it then.
Right. I gotta add on to that too. And this is gonna circle back to something we said earlier about the folks who hop on whatever trend is going and just making content. I've seen folks put out a tweet. Oh, what's the game that's trending right now that y'all like, so I can start making content on that. That is a trap. That is a trap. That is easy way to burn out. I see it, and I just no. If you want to do that, look, I ain't telling you what to do. Yeah, I'm just saying. I wouldn't advise it. Go ahead.
There was a rapper there's a rapper that once said, and I don't like the fact I gotta quote this rapper because I don't like his music. But a rapper once said, "Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't."
That's true.
Listen, hold up. Can I see a lot of y'all who are not YouTubers? Y'all may not know this, but YouTube snitches on y'all. YouTube snitches on y'all. You know what YouTube tells us? I'm gonna go to my analytics right now. Going straight to my audience. You know what? There's this little section in YouTube in the back end. A lot of y'all may not know this. That says what your audience watches in the last 7 days. No, somebody said, no, not gonna lie. I set somebody up and told them to drop 100. Stop. Stop. But listen, I'm right here in my analytics. And literally, the top 1 video that's up there right now, this era of music is trash. I grew up on Tupac and Pimp C. That is the top video my subscribers are watching. So, and what do I make? machine and FL tutorial videos, I'm clearly not making what my audience is watching. And maybe there's a bit of stubbornness there because I don't care about that stuff. Bro. I don't care about talking about this era of music is trash. Because you know what? I'm not trying to sound like the body. Hold up. I gotta find something. I gotta find a prop. This will be my prop. I ain't trying to like back in my day when I listened to Biggie and Tupac and Nas. They were better than all of your favorite rappers. Pop Smoke, rest in peace, but they were better than all of them. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't care about talking about like how trash this style of music is. It's like, yeah, I'm the old guy in the club now. I'm 35. I don't care.
Bruh, I'm about to do this, but I'm pulling up my analytics. All right. This is my analytics right here. This is what my audience watches. Most of these are the folks I don't even get along with because I said something bad about the Steam Deck. How dare they out here trying to lynch me. But no, it's a real talk. It was a real talk. You know, best 8X86 handheld so far. I don't care about that. I can't put this down. ROG Ally. Okay, I make Ally stuff because I love it. All right. So people flock to me for that. Steam Deck handles Ratchet and Clank. I don't care. Play what you want to play. I love hate. Yeah, it's my boy Kevin Kinston. Shout out to him. I love hate the ROG Ally. All right. I could have made something like that. Devs love the Steam Deck. Don't care. Next page. 12 best Steam Deck games. Don't care. Whoops. Asus quality strikes again. Shout out to Jay's 2 cents. I don't care. Cryobyte. How low can it go? Steam Deck thermal mod. I don't care. Steam Deck controversy. Nobody asked for. I don't care. Don't miss these Steam Deck games in August. I don't care. We got a theme going. I don't care. Maximilian Dude, shout out to him. Super chill. I can't believe this is actually happening. Look at how people are formulating their titles, their statements. They're not, because this is what people were. You really understand how people are looking at for content. They're not looking for the generic. Here's the review, blah 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 blah, or such and such review. They're looking at the statement because these are questions that people are asking. But this is what my audience is watching, and I'm not providing them that because I don't care. I don't care.
See,
people get mad at me, but I don't care.
See, now this is where I'm going to step it a little bit more. This is
go for it.
I'm going to say something and this is probably going to, and I came to this realization about this earlier this week. Do you know why struggling in YouTube is a thing? I have to say this in a sense of understanding, and this is on a human psychology level. And even so, what you said, you gotta understand human psychology first. A lot of YouTubers make content on a B2C level. And because we're making content on a B2C level, we limit the ceiling of how much can actually be accumulated to the place where we're not actually struggling to make ends meet. And where I'm going with this is we make content on a B2C level to the place where we're trying to make content for just what we don't care who our subscribers are coming from. We don't care. We just care about if that subscriber number is going up. We just care if that views are going up. We just care if that average view duration is going up. We don't necessarily care or want to watch about, what type of model is my YouTube? What kinds of business model is my YouTube? Because if it's B2C, then no matter what, I am limited to how much I can charge for a product that will help them. Now, if I'm B2B, if I'm marketing to businesses and my content is made to help businesses, the value I offer can go a lot higher. Because let me give you this example, right? If you was, and I say B2C, right? Because B2C, most people who are in the B2C model, and then this is not a shot at anyone. This is just human nature. Most people
we gotta quantify that because people get in their feelings too easily these days.
Yeah, a lot of people in a B2C model oftentimes are working jobs that are not paying them their worth. So because they work in jobs and not paying their worth, they are forced to pay or look for things for cheap because they still need to make ends meet. Or if I can get it for free, get it for free. So if they have been trained by life to get things for free or for cheap, they're going to expect that from you. That's one. You go over to the B2B side, though, you got businesses who are used to spending money. They're used to investing into their business. So if you was to invest into a business and you say, for this course that we spend a lot of time going on, this is $1,000 course, you could tell that business you could pay $1,000 up front, or you could pay $100 per month for the next 12 months. A business that's operating has the funds to do that. A business that's really scaling up and doing really well, I know there's other things can pay you up to $10,000 or even $14,000 or $15,000 per month for a service you may provide. A business can provide that. Now, you as a creator, you receiving that, of course, you got higher taxes you gotta pay and everything. But this is where you get yourself your LLC. This is where you get yourself administrators, operation managers who can take care of all this extra stuff for you. This is the side of businesses. Now, it all depends on who you're marketing towards with your YouTube and where do you want to be. The question is, you got to ask yourself, do I want to get paid or do I want to be seen? These are real questions you have to ask yourself. Do I want to get paid or do I want to be seen? Now, if I want to be seen, I have to sacrifice how much I want to get paid. If I want to get paid, I got to sacrifice how much I'm going to be seen. And it's like these are things I would say really consider, because if you really develop a model from that standpoint, listen, you can have about 3,000, 5,000 subscribers on YouTube bringing in 6 figures a month because you played your cards right. I didn't misspeak. I said 6 figures a month, not 6 figures a year. So it's like that's the availability of how much. When Mikkel said there's more than enough that you can eat out here, it's all about your business model. A lot of people don't offer the best models or make the best offers for their business, and that's why things are going the way it is. That's why I haven't got to the place I want to go. I'm changing up now, but that's why I say it's like it's all about the business model that you're going to build. So,
yep. And bringing it back to the, diving in and back on that, when it comes to the business model, things that you got to like business etiquette. That's the biggest one. Understanding. Here's the other part. Doubling down on like what you were saying. For those of you who can blow up quick, if you go viral with something, ain't nothing wrong with going viral. Just understand. Just don't let that be like everything you're doing is trying to chase, as I like to say, chase a white rabbit. I know there's another understanding of that term, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Don't chase that. If you can blow up and you can start making some money, you need to start investing in that. And I said this on the other podcast I do, Decked Up, and I upset a lot of people. I hurt a lot of feelings. Look, I don't care. Y'all can cry. I got a toddler who cries over everything. If I don't care when she cries, I don't care when y'all cry. I'm just saying this. I'm gonna say this. Because there are folks who were covering Steam Deck, and I ain't trying to come back. I'm not trying to take shots at folks. People think I'm trying to tell y'all. Because I've had a lot of Steam Deck folks who blew up. This is the first time they've ever blown up. First time they've ever. A lot of them have turned this into a career. And they're at a point where the Steam Deck ain't the topic no more. And it's, we got the ROG Ally. Lenovo about to drop their own type of handheld PC gaming device. Hi kid, how you doing? I thought it just
you spoke her up. You spoke her up.
You can come here if you want. You want to say hi? Why are you being shy? You open the door. Okay, whatever. So, Lenovo's making one. Alienware is about to make one. All these companies are jumping in this race that, let's be honest, Nintendo made with the Switch. They brought that to the market. Now everyone's getting in on it. But folks who branded themselves based on the Steam Deck, based on that, and now they're realizing, I'm not getting tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views anymore. Now this revenue thing is drying up. I told a lot of them in private chats, public posts. I've said a lot in podcasts. You need to learn when to pivot. You need to learn. And people didn't want to hear it. They said, you're hating. You're just trying to hate. I'm like, I'm not hating. You look at, bro, let's cook. Let's cook. I know you like to cook. Let's cook.
All right. What are we making tonight?
Let's cook. Look at any business. Let's use I'm gonna use this. Let's use McDonald's. Everybody knows the Golden Arches. You look at them. They out here in Hawaii, every time the school semester starts, so they start in August and they end this in December. They got the buy one Big Mac, get it free. Buy one, get one free. Then their dollar menu goes back to being a dollar menu. When it's not in the school season, it goes up to like $2.50, $3.50. Why do they do that? Because they read the market. They understand their demographic. They understand how, in this time period, because they read their analytics, they look at who's shopping, their demographics. We got young folks come here who probably ain't got a lot of money. They'll buy this, even though they're not really saving money. They'll buy this because it looks like a deal. And then when they're gone, let's go back to this model. Let's bring this in. Taco Bell does the whole thing with the Mexican pizza. People were losing their whole minds over, the Mexican pizza's gone, bring it back. Then they bring it back for a time period because they understand when to pivot that business model. They need to sell this product at this specific time to this demographic of people. And then when that demographic of people say, all right, had enough, we want to dip out, they shift. They understand when to shift. Look at stores. I use an example. I used to work retail. We used to put certain things in ads, certain things when you come in, when you walk in a store, there's a reason stores are laid out the way they are. There's a reason why you have a section or a big thing that says sale. It's to get you to go in the store. It's not to get you to buy the thing on sales. Go for it.
Where's that? No, I just want to add to that. Where's that sale sign located? As soon as you walk in.
Mm-hmm. Yo, what up? It's your boy Scotty. It's my bro out here in Hawaii. What's up, man? Thank you for coming through. But that's the thing. You go in the store for the sale or whatever it is to get you, it's to get the foot traffic. They get you in. They're not trying to push you to buy what's on sale. That's the lowest common denominator. And if you do get the cheap thing, they're going to try to tack on to make that profit. So the pivot when it comes to business, and I hope I'm making some sense to y'all, because I know I upset a lot of Steam Deck folks. The thing is not to stay stagnant. If you're a creator, you have to pivot. You have to pivot. You got, as Chip said earlier, one should always reinvent themselves when time calls for it. You have to. You have to. And a lot of people, a lot of these folks, they didn't pivot. And so thousands of views, tens of thousands, 100,000 views, the revenue they were getting from it, it's drying up. They're barely getting anything. Why? You didn't pivot. You didn't read the market. You just thought it was going to stay the way it is. And a lot of folks they sleep. When we're saying sleeping on opportunities, sleeping on something going on, that's what it is.
Can I say a very bold statement, and I promise I could back it up?
There you go. You got the whole screen.
You refusing to pivot, you risk your opportunity to change the world.
Ooh.
Now I know that's a very bold statement, and I'm like, y'all like, yo, Avidan, you gotta validate that one. Sure, I will. 3 men. They had an idea. Some of y'all gonna catch on where I'm going with this. To make a dating website. They released it on Valentine's Day 2005. So I really know where I'm going with this. And nobody was using it as a dating website. People were using it just to share videos. So you know what? They decided that instead of making it a dating website, they was going to allow this to be a place where people could share websites. 18 years later, we have YouTube.
Ooh.
3 men changed the world by pivoting from their original idea from a dating website to what we have today. That's how important a pivot can be. So it's like, I'm not playing when I'm not giving you theory, I'm giving you a factual historical context of what happened when people took the opportunities. Chips just said, when the time calls for it to pivot, you have the opportunity to change the world when you pay attention to the signs. Did they know that it was going to be this big? More than likely not. But you gotta be willing to listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You don't gotta speak all the time. Listen to what people are saying.
Yep.
So,
but I made people were mad at me for saying that. They're like, no, the Steam Deck is going to be a gold mine. I'm like, yo, I saw this with the Switch. You and I both saw this. How many people we know blew up with the Switch and pivoted?
A lot of people. Watch this. You said that. Matter of fact, see I'm the wrong person to hear stuff like that because they tell me, yeah, the Steam Deck's a gold mine. You know what my response is going to be? Yeah, what gold mine do you know has unlimited resources? If it's a gold mine, it's bound to run out. You just confirmed it's going to run out eventually. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have gold forever.
And here's the other thing too, and I know this kind of correlates to something you said before when you pivoted your content, and I know I've experienced it too. When you're doing one thing, and even if that one thing is really, really successful, the minute you pivot, you got to understand, and you have to accept and be okay with it. Your audience, not all of them are going to come with you.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was agree with you. That's the thing. It happens. It's like people are not gonna. And you know what? Here's a spoiler alert. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's no hard feelings. It's like there's people who are not gonna agree with your pivot and say, you know what, this is not for me. And you know what? Respect. Unsubscribe. Move on to content that is fitting for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no hard feelings. It's like, yo, listen, I understand what I make isn't for you. It's not serving you. I say, please don't say stay subscribed because you know Avidan's cool or Mikkel is cool. So you know what? I just won't watch their content no more, but I will stay subscribed. That actually hurts somebody's channel before anything. It's better just to just say, you know what? I want to depart, move on, and you know what? I'll respect them from a distance. And we don't get mad at that. I'm sorry. Anyone, okay, let me rephrase that because we did speak about content creators earlier. any level-headed content creator will respect that. That's my thing. Any level-headed content creator will respect that.
No, they will. And here's the thing, like I had this, people, especially in this day and age now, with how addicted people are to social media. People don't understand. It's okay to not like something. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree and yet still like walk away and let it be. Leave it as it is. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It don't have to be these extremes. I understand that social media has really, and we can dive into that topic if you got time for it, but like social media has really made everything hyperbole. Everything's extreme. People at each other's throat, and it's unhealthy. I've had people like, case in point, Decked Up Podcast. It originally was Decked Up Steam Deck Podcast. Mm-hmm. Now it's Gaming and Tech because that's where I want to go to talk gaming and tech. Casanova Podcast is for this, for interviews, for real talks. The one I do at Lehua, podcasts across worlds, that's talking about anime and manga, talking to some of the voice actors, voice directors, and all that. The one I'm doing with Cameron is just two brothers talking about tech from both being in the industry and also being the consumer. It's just different. And people, when I switched Decked Up, didn't like that. When I changed my viewpoint on, talking about the deck and saying like, hey, it ain't, people don't get mad I say this, it ain't the Jesus of handhelds. It's cool. It ain't that cool. It's got issues. People got mad. To the point, if you go on my Spotify right now, I went from having 5 stars to I'm at 1.3 because people are so angry.
Wait, what?
Yeah. People were so angry.
People rating and review bombed you off your opinions off the Steam Deck?
Yeah. On Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. But y'all still listen anyway.
The pettiness had to come out for a second. Like
it did.
He said, I'm just gonna be petty for one quick second. But see, this is where I have to step in and say, this is why internet trolling should be regulated. And I agree with the notion that there are some instances when it comes to the internet that should be regulated. If you need to leave a comment on something, no, not a comment. If you need to leave like a rating for somebody, this should be for Yelp, this should be for Google, this should be for anything. If you need to leave a comment, and I first heard this from Roberto Blake, I'm gonna shout him out on this. I heard him say this first. I'm quoting mostly him. There should be, not publicly, but that company should have your ID on file, and your real picture, like a real picture of yourself, has to be up if you want to leave a rating or a review like that. Because if you're just review bombing and everything, or you're doing something that's unethical, then it should be, and then at least it's on record of who it is. You can't hide behind a sock account. You can't hide behind your burners anymore. You can't hide behind, well, I'm gonna do this in secret and just bomb them and get rid of their stuff. Like, no, if you want to like troll people, have your real information out there. Then what? It's like you can't hide behind, if you want the privilege of, because the problem I have with that is, if you do that, that affects a business's accreditations and livelihood now. Because now a business is at risk of having low ratings and low confidence because of people who were mad at an opinion that has nothing to do about the business. And people do that because they feel like they can. So there needs to be more regulations in that department, if I agree. And that's why I said I'm spreading out again. I got that from Roberto. I'm just putting out his opinion on a wider scale because that's something that should be done.
Facts. I mean, if you that's the whole thing. Like, we see it all the time, bro. We see it with whatchamacallit? What's the one with the gaming? Metacritic.
Yeah.
People get mad at a game. That's review bombing.
There's another example.
Rotten Tomatoes. All that. It's just, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be petty because y'all fools still listen to the podcast. So I'm still getting paid. Although optically, when I go to work with companies that want to do a sponsorship, they look at that star rating. It affects it. My thing is, like, are y'all that insecure that because I ain't licking the ream, the butthole, I ain't sucking off the Steam Deck, y'all that bad? It's a piece of plastic. These are just pieces of plastic. Play what you want to play. I don't care. And I don't, bro. These people now do not, okay, y'all want to talk console wars, platform wars? Y'all didn't live through that. We did. When you went to the playground, when it was Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, when we were just kids, that's all we could think of back then. PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64. Bro, y'all didn't go through that.
Bro, it wasn't even a console war back then. You know what it was back then? It was a lunchroom discussion, and we went outside and played handball. We went out. Come on. We went outside and played football. Matter of fact, if some of y'all in the chat from New York City, before some of y'all really or grew up at this time, we went outside and played manhunt. Come on. People are too emotionally invested emotionally into these companies and services, aren't getting anything out of it. Exactly. Like, I don't have any stock in Nintendo, any stock in Sony, any stock in Microsoft for me to be caring this much.
No.
Like, listen, I've been blessed to still look young because I don't care about this stuff. I don't be caring.
Bro,
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, bro. I want to add to that, man. I see it all. Okay. I really upset one of these game industry folks last year when I decided to cover Call of Duty. Look. I play COD. I play Warzone. When I get the chance, I haven't had a chance in months to play Warzone. I like playing Warzone. I like playing Call of Duty for the story. I like it for the multiplayer because in the 360 era, that was the game. Y'all folks nowadays may not understand that. Y'all got Apex Legends and all that. All that stuff was great. It's good. But I still play Call of Duty. I still play Battlefield. I still play CSGO. So when I said I was covering Call of Duty, this person's also an influencer, but they work for a game company. One of the things they said to me is, I'm not going to play this game because I'm not going to support how Activision Blizzard treats women. And I'm like, that's okay. But that same, I don't get along with my dad, but there's a couple sayings he has that I fully agree with. If we're going to be fair, you got to be fair across the board. Across the board. So if you're going to hold one company to the standard like that, every company got some issues.
Amen to that.
Every single one of them companies. And so when one of these other companies pop up with some type of drama, I best be hearing you as loud as I'm hearing you about this. Keep that same energy across the board. I'm just saying. I got folks that were trying to cancel me over the Hogwarts Legacy? Oh, because of what's the name? I'm not even a Harry Potter fan. I got a chance to cover it. And people forget, this is the problem with the internet. Internet forgets, so they get mad about everything. You go on X or Twitter, people mad about this. A couple hours later, they forget.
X gonna give it to you.
Bruh, I just don't care about this, man, because and Avidan, you probably can agree with this, and a lot of y'all in the chat can agree with this. The minute you step outside your house and you're not on social media, none of that matters.
Don't.
You can walk up and talk to somebody, you can bring up, and they probably never even heard of it. That's the problem with social media. You want to dive into that? You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So the problem I see with social media is it encapsulates you. It puts you in this mindset that I'm in this world. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you one place that I can go that I don't care about social media when I go here. And mind you, I don't like the being in beach water, but being at the beach and seeing the waves and the oceans, man, I don't care. I don't care about what's going on the Twitter timeline or the threads. Speaking of threads, I'm gonna go on a tangent right now with threads.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what threads is, and this is me talking from a business perspective. Don't be like Meta and with threads. Threads marketed themselves as, oh, we're better than Twitter. We're doing everything Twitter's not doing right and everything. We'll treat you better than Twitter. You know what threads position themselves to be? Threads position themselves to be the rebound of Twitter. That's That's literally all Threads is.
Bro, I'm out. This is your show.
This man. This man. Am I lying though?
No.
Like literally, when you go to Threads, what is there different than Twitter? What value? Now, I mean, all jokes aside, I'm gonna be serious right now. What value has Threads provided that Twitter isn't already providing? Literally nothing.
Nothing.
In
Less.
less. Threads is providing less than Twitter. So you mean to tell me the knockoff brand is trying to be the rebound at the same time, and you want us to invest our time into this? And literally the only thing you have against Twitter, honestly, is Elon. That's the only thing people have against Twitter. It's Elon. Yeah. That's it. You remove Elon, y'all will come back. Peace and solitude. You know what? Chip said peace and solitude. Peace and solitude. Guess what? I have peace and solitude on Twitter too. You know how? I log out when I'm bored. I log out. I listen, Chips, and you've been there too. My most active times on Twitter is in the mornings when I'm on Twitter Spaces with Viper, with Roberto Blake, and a whole bunch of people in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm there every morning on the coffee talk. Some mornings I'm listening, some mornings I'm talking.
Yo, shout out to Viper though.
Viper mad cool. I'm on there almost every single morning. That is my most active time on Twitter. After that, I log out. I'll make a post early in the morning while I'm at the gym. You think I'm going to be on Twitter all day long? No, I don't got time for that. I will leave Twitter alone, and I go to Threads, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And leave Threads. So no, I don't got time. Like I don't got time to be. I go to this social media. You go to this social media. Y'all want to know what my content goes most of these days? Y'all want to know what's my content? What I do? Books. Mm-hmm. Books. And this isn't even a quarter of what I have. I have books for days that I'm mostly reading. You want to go through books? Hold up. I'm not even done. I have a total of, let me load this up. Let me go to my library. I have a total of 44 books on Audible right now. That's my content. I'm not even on YouTube that much. You were to talk about content and where to go. So it's like my peace of solitude on my phone. I'm sorry. Yo, Chip said we have video game backlogs. Yo, comment of the night. I appreciate that, Chips. Like, but the thing is, it's like, here's the thing. I have a rule, and I think it was Rob who shared this, or even, ironically, I saw it on Threads, but I saw someone else shared it on Twitter. I paid a lot of money for this phone. You ain't gonna stress me out on something I paid a lot of money for. If I paid a lot of money for this, I'm going to use this to optimize for everything I have. So what I do with this, I take the best pictures I can. Y'all seen the pictures I take, I put them on Twitter. I take pictures with this thing.
That blood moon. Blood moon.
I take pictures with this thing. I listen to audio. When I go to the gym, I don't even listen. When I go to the gym, I don't even listen to music no more. I'm listening to audio. I'm listening to things to discipline myself. It's like, this is going back to efforts and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm telling people, y'all hear part of my process now. if y'all see things shoot up, y'all knowing behind the scenes or in front of the scenes now, but low key behind the scenes of what I did to go there. This is sacrifice. I sacrifice the comfort and the relaxation of hearing more music or the adrenaline of hearing music in the gym to incorporate my mind more in a different way. So peace and solitude on social media is a time burner. It is a time burner. At least with video games, I can at least talk about a video game with my friends after I'm done with it. Nobody cares about a post on social media. Hey, yo, did you see this post on social media? The most I'll share on social media are TikTok videos. Mikkel will let you know. I'll share a TikTok video in a second with y'all. Mm-hmm. Like if I find a TikTok video that's funny and you in a Facebook group that I see, I'll share the TikTok video and get a laugh out of the people that I'm close with. But that's it. That video take about what, a minute and a half of your time. Go ahead, I said a lot.
No, I mean, but and to add on to that, bro. Actually, wait. Let's go, Chips. He said, "Yeah, to treat social media like a tool to be used, not overindulged in." Facts. That is so true. Yo, Chips, you out here just dropping the gems tonight, bro. But no, that's real talk, man. Like so many people, just y'all need to go watch that movie, Social Media, from like what, a decade ago. That told you the purpose of social media. It's an endorphin manipulator. And so many people just get emotionally controlled and like they just stop thinking. This is the weirdest time. We got the most access to information ever, as my kid. Ever in the history of human existence. Like, let's put it that way.
It's crazy how much information you have available to us now.
At the palm of your hands. And we got people that don't really know nothing. It's crazy. Yo, what is it? The government declassified the fact that, we've been visited by UFOs. I mean, just think about that. Look. Let's cook a little bit. Look at this. Look at the fact that people get up in arms about something they read on social media. We have galaxies, people, plural. We are microscopic in the grander scheme of existence. And we mad about a Twitter post? Or who you're following. That's another thing. That's another thing people get mad about. Oh, I'm mad at you because you follow this person. You like this person. You like that post. You reshared that. I'm gonna say this, man. I said this to my sister last week when we met up. I don't find social media fun anymore. It used to be fun. But when I'm constantly bombarded with people's opinions, thoughts, how they feel so strongly about something, how much they hate this, or when it's just constant extreme, I tune out. And I told you, I think it was yesterday I was telling you, or the day before that, getting off of social media has been the best thing for me. Like, it's been such a palate cleanse. So whenever I get to a point where I have to get on, I'm only on there. Like the thing with PlayStation, the LeBron James controller and plates, I had to. I'm obligated. They sent it to me. My obligation is I have to make the post. So I did it. I did that, and I got off of it. I've not stayed on it, bro. I've been in these streets. Yes, I said streets, not streets. I've been in these streets all day today. So the Steam Deck, I had to go and do stuff with the family. Went and got something to eat. We doing things. I'm spending more time with my family than on social media. And to add to that, for those of y'all who don't know, y'all about to find out. And for those of y'all who know, y'all already know. I nearly died. Not even joking. I literally almost died last week, Thursday, if my wife had not have taken me to the emergency room, because I had a very severe bout of pneumonia and the flu and upper respiratory infection for 3 weeks. That's not good at all. And out of all the folks, I told you, across YouTube, across all these social media platforms, a handful of people, and I don't include industry, but a handful of people that actually know me were the ones to reach out. My family only today reached out to me, and my dad, who, bro, I'm gonna read you what my dad said. I'm gonna read you this. I'm gonna read you what he said. My dad was like, "How well are you today?" His wife told him that I had some symptoms going on that weren't that serious. I just had a small cold, but because I'm a YouTube influencer, I blow everything out of proportion just because that generates clicks. I told you I don't have a relationship with them. But that's what he said. His son nearly died. That's what he has to say. My wife was in the ER with me, stressing with a 2-year-old, holding it together. I could have died. That's what my own family said. And then also, here's the other aspect of the illusion of social media, making you think more people actually care about you than they really do. It put in perspective for me. I could have died, and only a handful of people would have cared, and they would have, life moves on. One of the first people to reach out to me before I even made any posts about being sick was you. You hit me up. You good? I said you knew well before it got as bad as it did how sick I was.
And I checked up on you the next day. You said you were sick. I'm like, yo, like, how you doing today?
Yep.
Okay, you said you wasn't feeling good. I say, all right, yo, keep me posted on your health, because you got, this is goes into it. It's like you got to care about more people than what they could provide. It's like, listen, it's like me and Mikhail sometimes, like we there may be a moment where we don't hate each other up as often, but yo, we send something that's awful. We see a post, we're like, yo, is everything good on your end? And Mikhail, different times, like he will hit me up. He'd be like, "Hey, bro, how you been and everything? How's everything going on? How's the family and everything?" And likewise to him, it's like you got to look at it as like these are real people.
Kaya said, "Still upset you got that sick. Don't make me go out there." I rarely get sick. I think last time I got sick was like 2019. I don't get sick often. But going through cancer, going through the chemo radiation, I have a compromised immune system. Which is why I'm very much into holistic stuff, because I don't see the point in taking medicine that's going to give one benefit. Okay, look at it this way. Look at it like an RPG. You get one stat buff and you get 15 debuffs. That's where I'm at. But I mean, I got the whole reason, like, I usually get sick when someone else in the family gets sick. Let's put it that way. I don't really go out anywhere. I do my best to stay healthy. Before I got sick, I was back in the gym. I was working out. And it just, I got sick. It happens. I just know that when I get sick, it's usually because of my immune system. It can be dire. When I had pneumonia back in 2019, it was bad, and it's just, it just, like, it really opened my eyes, like, with my family and all. And even though that right there, the concept of family, just because folks your blood don't make them your family. Yeah.
Trust me, I know how that works.
Like I said, bro, you're more of a brother to me than my own biological folks. And I appreciate our conversations. I appreciate you looking out, checking up on me. Cause
of course,
bro, that was hard, man. That was hard seeing having to see it as a man. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. We ain't talking about
that don't exist.
It does not. It really doesn't. they're assholes that can be any gender if y'all would really want to take it that way. But I had to say it. I had to say it, and folks gonna get mad at me. But what I got things going, right? Go outside and touch some grass, folks. I'm gonna say this, man. As a man, it was hard seeing my wife go through that. Seeing me, and I'm not saying like I'm like this cold heartless. I'm not emotional. I used to be when I was younger. I used to be at points when you knew me when I, over the years. I grew up a lot. I had to, and we talked about that recently too. Like things we could have done. Nah, I could have done better. People could have done better. And I look at it and I learn from it. It was hard seeing her have to see me like that. That was hard. As a man, that was hard. That was hard. But that also is a motivation for me to better myself so it doesn't have to happen. I don't have to get like that again. Will I get sick again? Probably. But I'm going to do everything I can to not be in a place where it could just be her and the kids. I don't want to put her in that position. So,
and that's that. But you see, that speaks to a testament of being a man, though. It's like no man wants to put their wife in a position where it's only them and the children. Why? Yeah. No problem, Kai. That's my son's name. No one. Here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, when you leave a mother alone with the children, they are targets. Let's call it a buck. They become targets. And y'all could do the research. What happens to the mental health of the children as they grow up? A lot of them, check the numbers, they battle with anxiety, they battle with depression, they battle with suicidal thoughts, they battle with all of these things. It's having the parents together means a lot. It really sets your children up for the future. And it's like it takes two children. A lot of people may not like hear this and everything because we've done it for so long, but children is not a one person. It's not a one person job to raise. Yeah. It starts with it's really for two. You need both in the home, and you need both who are actively willing to work together to make that work. And if you really want to get into it, your business cannot run if you don't got that in check. Like, here's the thing. I won't go into details. Mikkel could tell you himself. Mikkel would tell me certain things, and I hold him accountable in that regard too. Like, I'm like, yo, I'll ask certain questions and I'll maintain boundaries, but I'll ask questions like, hey, yo, it's cool. Like, all right, cool. As long as that's the case, that's cool. But it's like, I wouldn't be a brother to him if I wouldn't do a check-in on that. I can't say that's my homie if I'm not checking in on you in that regard. So
it's true. It's true. Ain't no lies here.
So it's like the friendship goes beyond just like content creation. Like, you have to actually care about the people and everything far beyond the relationship. It's like the lack of accountability amongst our generation is real. I'm glad we're all doing what we can to change. Exactly. It's like, matter of fact, shout out to Chips. Chips is one person. He'll hold me accountable. He'll check in on me. He'll ask, yo, how's everything going at home and everything. Like, he checks in on me too. It's like, and I've known Chips for years. Like, since 2002? I've known Chips for over 20 years. So it's like,
it's like when it's like, that's why it's like when you know people, of course we weren't friends all for that long, of course, but to say that I've known, like, Chip's seen me grow, I've seen him grow for that long time period. And it's like a lot of times people don't understand that things take time to grow. Accountability, partnerships, friendships take time to grow. We live in a generation that's used to results being microwaved. And I think that's the double-edged sword of social media and having high-speed internet at your fingertips, because you take for granted because I got this information so fast, I should get the results doubly as fast. And you know what? Rightfully so. We live in a generation where you can get results fast. But is your heart ready to receive it at that speed? Is your mind able to receive it at that speed? So it goes into, it's like, before you go into business, the business side of content creation, please do the inner work first. I did not do the inner work. I got some cuts and bruises, some scars doing this thing because I didn't do the inner work first.
Bro, I'm right there with you, man. Like, if we knew then what we know now, it'd be a completely different approach.
Yeah, man.
But that's the beauty of growing. We grew from it. We learned from it.
You know what? I think we should land it on that note with that one.
Okay.
That's the play we should land it on. Guys, so this is 2:18 a.m. on my side of the world. Let's land it there. Only because if we keep going, bro, we'll be talking at 5 a.m.
Yes, that's true.
If we'll be talking, there'll need to be a part 2 or something to this. We'll be talking to easily to 5 a.m. I can see where this can go in so many different. We cross into the barrier of life, and if we entertain that a little bit longer, that's gonna go into another topic. It's gonna go into another topic, and I know us. I know our style. We already at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark already, and it doesn't even feel like it.
No,
it doesn't even feel like we've been talking for 2.5 hours already. So, but right. I want to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your time, bro. And thank you for the privilege on talking on your platform, man. It is appreciated. And I don't take this slightly. Thank you.
Nah, man. Thank you for always being down to come on. And I'm mad that I didn't get to do the episode. Okay, I told you my hard drive issue. This right here. I'm so mad I can't. Anyways, I'm glad we were able to do it because I feel like this one was way more powerful. Probably the most powerful one we've done.
It hands down. This is a testament of both our growth and everything. So absolutely love the privilege of being on here, man.
All right, go ahead and plug your stuff, man. Let people know where they can find you, what you're working on, and whatever you want to leave them with, and then we'll wrap.
So y'all can find me literally everywhere at whatever website you want to, whether that's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook,
Twitch,
Kick. Let's see, Threads. Anywhere you can find, it's everywhere across the board. Avidan Smith. AvidanSmith.com as well, which I'm working on that. Right now, what I'm working on, I have a few things I'm working on actually, but okay. I have a secondary channel that I have been sideways working on. I've actually been mainly working on that. It's called Sold on Good Ground. It's more faith-based content, and I've been using this as my practice to learn how shorts work on YouTube, not just YouTube, but on Facebook, not just on Facebook, on TikTok as well. On Facebook, one video got 1.2 million views in literally 10 days doing shorts. And on YouTube, I have one that's consistently growing. That's over 30,000 views right now. So I'm learning how Shorts algorithm works. And the logic behind that is learn how to build people's trust through Shorts, then build with shorter videos and build with longer videos. I'm not entitled to anyone's time. So if you're willing to watch 30 seconds or 45 seconds of what I do, and you're interested and want to watch more and more after that, then that's a blessing and I appreciate it. My main channel is kind of on hold right now. So I need to find out what I want to do with that channel, but it's still growing nonetheless. So I'm thankful. As far as what I'm doing outside of that, I'm sharpening my skills behind the scenes with brand coaching. You all got a bit of 2 hours and 40 minutes what my mind works and how I'll go into some aspects of my coaching some of my clients and some with their content creation and how things can work here. So you guys got a glimpse on what my mind will go into and what I would say to some of my clients in that instance. So that's where I'm going with that. But in terms of when the coaching services will launch, that is going to be in 2024. I'm letting you know now, those will be premium services for business to business. So it ain't going to be cheap. I'm going to be very honest and being very upfront with you all now. It will not be cheap when I launch my services. So I will create things though that are affordable though for everyday people. So I will create ebooks down the line and everything so that people can still benefit. I don't want to feel like I'm leaving too many people out, but I will have some things, but my focus is on that. And it's not a shot at anybody. It's only because I am looking to buy enough of my time back so I can provide more value towards people like Mikkel. I can provide more value towards my community and things like that. And most of all, some of you would get that, I will be able to spend a lot more time with my family and actually give them the life they deserve, because hourly pay ain't going to do it. Hourly pay and asking someone, can I take off, is not going to give the life that they deserve. So that's all. That was my little spiel at the end.
Okay. I want to, before we wrap, I want to be petty for a minute.
Oh, Lord.
I want to be petty. I'm going to go full screen for this one. Okay. Something Avidan said earlier about Threads being the rebound for Twitter.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to say this. Think about relationships when someone's the rebound. How long does that last? I mean, they already admitted people left them. Yeah, it was use a rebound, but you go into it knowing you a rebound, and that don't ever last. So that's my PSA to
at least Kick offers a better return to the creators in Twitch. I had to be petty too.
And adding on to that, since we being petty, bro, let me throw something else in there with Kick. You saw this too. All the big Twitch streaming gurus that had that massive bias against Kick. They were trying to, I wouldn't recommend that to my audience. And then these same hypocrites, yes, I said hypocrites, these same hypocrites are now streaming on Kick because an opportunity. Money. That's all it is. When y'all understand how this industry works, the creator sphere, you see a lot. We've seen a lot. We don't say a lot about it, but we see a lot. So on that note of being petty, don't be a rebound and see hypocrites for what they are. Use more of this than you use this, and understand this as well. Get off of social media for a minute. look at yourself, look at your life, and realize you have a purpose and reason being here. God put you here for a reason. Don't ever think you're not here for no reason at all. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. And your voice, your opinion matters. May not matter to everyone, but there's someone you can talk to, and something you say or do can change their whole life, and that can snowball into helping somebody else out as well. So I just want to say, be easy. If y'all don't understand what that means, it's not literally be easy. Like, don't just let somebody use y'all know.
Listen, I kind of have to do piggyback what you said. You said use this more than this. You know why? Michaela and I, we don't always say everything we see because we have two of these. We see a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use this and use this, then think carefully how to use this. I feel like I'm doing the kid watching my children used to watch head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Right? But yeah, like it just for real though. I mean, thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Also, I want to leave y'all with something else. Don't be don't get caught up in loyalty to these platforms. They're tools, like everything else, use them for what they are. And if you're streaming, you want to stream everywhere. Stop letting people tell you got to stream on Kick, or no, you should stream on Kick. You got to stream on Twitch rather, or you got to stream only here. You can only do this. You can only do that. Like he said earlier, there's 2 folks, Roberto Blake, and go ahead and say the other one. There's 2 folks that are giving out, right? They're giving out the gems. Everybody else is trying to make you pay for it. They got it behind a paywall that ain't really nothing. I can tell you that stream coach thing from certain folks, ain't got to name names. That book was a bunch of baloney that I couldn't eat because there's stuff that's just the same stuff they tweet about and do videos about. Don't let folks use you, and don't think you got to compete with nobody. There's opportunities out there, and go touch grass, go outside, get off. Use social media as a tool. Get off of it, and just live life. On that note, this is Cast Nova Podcast, #1 podcast in Hawaii. I don't care what y'all say. I'm still #1. The charts don't lie. I don't care if y'all downvote, try to put me to 1.5 stars. Y'all still listening. Just saying. All that being said, thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for listening. And most of all, be blessed. Stay safe. Have aloha. And we gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
For real. Let me go ahead on Twitch. I gotta go raid somebody. But all that being said, yeah, we out here. And make sure y'all follow this man because you got a lot of great stuff. A lot of wisdom, a lot of chips. All right. That being said, stream is over.